we are working with the minister responsible for public enterprises to actually come up with a plan that deals with them comprehensively, because we do realize that unless we have a plan on state-owned companies, and I know some of you are calling for us not to bail out and privatize them, perhaps they will do better. If then there is a possibility of them doing better if they are privatized, it means the point we are making about looking at what is their role, the commercial role vis-a-vis their developmental role. And then we need to make sure that the two are treated in a manner that if we want to extract benefit out of its commercial value, we do that. But also if we want to treat them as development institutions, they should fulfill that to their fullest in a manner that government takes full responsibility. And all of them will only receive any support from government on a credible business plan. We've dealt with a number of these turnaround strategies, and I think that we have reached a point, and it is during these tough times when tough decisions can be made, and we can assure you that the framework we're putting in place is meant to address that once and for all. When you sell non-core assets, and that is why we said we are not going to be giving you the whole list now, because we are doing a review where we are saying what are the assets that otherwise government, actually there are areas where government is not supposed to be. And if there are areas where government is not supposed to be, we should not shy away from the fact that those assets should actually be disposed of so that government can focus on what government has to do in order to fulfill its developmental agenda. And if those assets are not playing and achieving that, there is no reason why we should actually shy away from disposing of those assets. And we are saying also, the only time that we will be able to pass on those resources is when those, when we have realized those proceeds and allocate them as such in order to do what they're supposed to do. So it isn't a change of government policy, it is a clear realization that we actually need to move in a direction that ensures that government focuses on what government is supposed to do, and the private sector focuses on what the private sector is supposed to do. So we've set up the structure, we're working with the Minister of Public Enterprises and all the relevant ministers that have state-owned companies in their fold. That we need now to make a clear decision as to how they're going to be handled from now on, because we are not going to be borrowing money in order to bail out state-owned companies that are failing without making sure that, one, that they have a credible business plan on the table, but also that we are not going to be sitting again discussing their failure again. So there is a comprehensive plan, and we are sitting and we've been asked by Cabinet to come back to Cabinet by no later than January next year. So by the time we go to the budget, we should have been back to Cabinet with a report that talks to all the state-owned companies, not only SAA. I've listed all of them, and we are working on them on a comprehensive plan for us.